Hi to the Who Cares, and I want to do the tier list thing. I know it's old friend, but since with the announcement of Inside Out 2, it got me thinking about the Pixar films that it is true what most people says that most of them are very good, and at the same time there's very few or bad or it ones. So I'll go through each one and give my little quick thoughts on each one and where I put it on my, tier list. So I do one for all time great, which no matter what, you got families or if you haven't seen these films, you need to watch these films. To me personally, that's what I'm thinking about these films. Got one is called Amazing, which is still good, but it's not up there as all time greats. Got one just okay, and I got one called Could Be Better and Fail. So let's get started then. Let me see. I'll pick one. We'll pick A Bug's Life. A Bug's Life is an interesting one because I'm a little kid. I used to love this film, but then I got older and older. I become forgetting what it is. Know what I mean? I watched it last year as we release, and it's still decent, but it's not amazing too. So if I go rank this, I give it okay because the reason I'm saying okay, I know people might attack me for this, is compared to all the stories we got and all the Pixar movies. This story ain't that exciting. It's about like this little bug who's an inventor. He's the odd one out is in but camp basically, and he got on a quest to try to save his little town from these grasshopper strings. I think grasshoppers. You know what I mean? Don't evil bugs. So I say it's okay. Now, Brave. Ooh, Brave. Interesting. If I got one Brave, it's hard because I love the messages in it, but the execution wasn't there. So, and I liked a bit of humor too. So I got could be better because yet the humor is there in some scenes, but it's not there in all the scenes. And compared with the early teaser trailer we got, it's like a completely different film we got. But again, I love the message about the mum and the daughter. But personally, I don't think it's that powerful because the story itself is kind of eh. So it's not bad, but at the same time, it could be better. Now, the car movies. I know there's Cars 2 there, but I'm going to start with Cars 1. This might be controversial, but it's okay. I actually like Cars 1. I think Cars 1 is a decent little film. Again, not amazing, but at the same time, it's a fun little film. For kids, yeah, I know it all killed Pixar at one point, which I will explain in Cars 2. Because obviously the merchandise sales, what made this franchise a franchise, basically. But I actually like, I know it's an old trope story, this well big star or, cocky fella go down to the small town, very like Anthony Groove. And obviously Anthony Groove is a lot more better film for that type of story. But at the same time, the animation is decent. The soundtrack still hit me today. That song, like on Highway, you know, I still think it's a decent little film. Again, not amazing, not, but at the same time, it's not bad. Meanwhile, Cars 2, yep, it's a fail. To me, this is when Pixar got his lowest. You see, the reason why I said that because of what happened to basically, like I said before, the merchandise sales got Pixar a bit cocky with this film. They made this film because the merchandise sales, and what made it worse, They made the comic relief character the main star, which that's a big mistake if you're making a film. Again, I'm not saying don't have comic relief because just the thing I've seen weird comic reliefs like Jar Jar, know what I mean? There's a lot more ways out there, but the problem is with Cars 2, it made the comic relief the main star, and that killed the movie because you got annoyed with him all the way through the movie. So, yeah, and some weird thing, it went from being like this racing film to let the other racing become like a spy adventure. Again, I don't know what Pixar was smoking that they were producing this film because no, as you know, Pixar, the way it produces films, they go deep with the story, and the story in Cars 2 is their worst. Now, Cars 3, this is a hard one because it is better than Cars 2 by miles, and I like the message at the end, but it feels like there's something missing in it. So I don't think it could be better because I like the reason it would have been a fail, but at the same time the ending with him, retiring and all that stuff, letting go, I actually like that message too. But I think Brave is still the better film out of Cars 3. Okay, Coco. Yeah, all time great. Seriously, must see. Fantastic soundtrack, beautiful colours, and the message is powerful about family. And I think, yeah, it's a must fucking see if you're watching the film. So yeah, I think Coco is a masterpiece in a way, and it's I remember when I first watched it, and with the controversy with the Olaf sort from Frozen, and I can see why people complain because you didn't need those sorts. That's how good the film is, and like I said, the powerful message about family, you know, it always will be with you in the afterlife. You know what I mean? And it's good culture too. It's a very good culture film too. So yeah, I think Coco is up there as all time great. Okay, Finding Nemo. Uh, Amazing. It's very good, but I don't have that strong connection with loads of people saying that it's A tier. It's all time great. I watched it a couple of times and I don't know. I don't feel that connected to this film as yeah, it's still an amazing film. Of course, with the gorgeous one, and the animation at the time was gorgeous too. And yeah, I think I'm not a big fan of Nemo, but at the same time, it's not a bad film. It's still a very good film, especially the first one. With the sequel, I'm gonna put it there. It's okay. That I give credit, yeah, it done a better job what Cars 2 done, where people think she's a comedy character, but I gotta give her credit. She's at least annoying, and she does have a couple of good lines in the movie. But I can't say it's better than Finding Nemo. It's just a simpler story. Yeah, it's about more deep with his parents, but that's all. There's nothing more to that. Okay, Incredibles. Sorry about that. We did. Sorry about that. This is stuck now. All time great. Yeah, I was obsessed with this film. And be honest, yeah, it's one of the main reasons why I got into comic books as a kid. In a way, yeah, I like Spider Man, all that stuff as a kid. But then I got older, I watched this film. I got obsessed with comic books because I love the style of this film, and it was a fun. It's still a fun time to watch the first one. And number two, I might get hate for this on number two. With it, could be better. Now, don't attack me for this, but the reason why I said Incredibles 2 could be better is after 10 years of hype, of over 10 years of hype waiting for this film, because we all want, because they've done sequels to Toy Story and, in a prequel movie for Monster Inc. And we wanted, you know, Incredibles 2, because think about it, the potential in Incredibles is so good. And they came out, I remember first watched it, that I was more impressed with the sword that came with it. It was the Chinese woman with the little dumpling. I was more impressed with that sword than the whole Incredible 2 movie. Again, it ain't bad. The problem is the storyline with they went with. It's a bit instead with we all thought about a big little like 10-year time cut, about the kids growing up with their powers. But no, it's not. It's straight after the first one. And yeah, I like the idea that Mission Incredible is the main star in it. But at the same time, it's not as bad with his story. Again, I'm not attacking for making the main star. I think it makes sense if you'll make he'll just wait. He's not doing the kids. I think Mission Incredible should have a time to shine. But the story is just basic to me personally. It's basic. Now, Inside Out, the one that I made this video for. Yeah, it's all time great, and it's better than Coco. For like I said in my last video, for the message of what this film, what the film done about emotions, your mental health, especially a kid, a young kid that age, moving to a new city, in like new foods types and different cities, and also go to a new school, and also doing a new hockey. And all sound all basic, but stuff like that is huge for kids. And instead of letting the emotion out and talking to the parents, she hold it in and it end up doing more damage. And I think the lesson in Inside Out is so good. I think everyone needs to see Inside Out for that reason. Monster Inc. Yeah, all time great again. I think Monster Inc. is very good. And the animation quality it still stands today. That's how good this movie is. And again, I love the message that's film too. That laughter is better than flight virtually in any situation. Yeah, I know it's about powering of the city, all that stuff, but basically laughter is better than fear. I think it's a well told story and it's fun too. Loads of funny lines. Yeah, it's well told story. Um, Monteversi, I'd say it's decent. Now, is it amazing? No, I feel like it's got problems, but I what I love about it is basically is Animal House, but a family version of Animal House. And I met people strike this off when it first came out, and to be honest with you, I watched it. I actually enjoyed it. Again, is it Pixar best? No, but I still think it's still a top-notch film. But again, it's not up there. Onward. This is the film I'm going to defend. I'm going to put it amazing. Just behind Nemo because it's good, but I think I put ahead Nemo, people attack me personally. But at the same time, I understand why. Onward is a very powerful film, and yet, I know some people might say the story is not there, but what I love about the story too, especially in the last half, it took some bold chances. And he's not afraid to, especially with the older brother's storyline with the dad, where he was great, and I felt with that too, like something like that happened to me. Again, don't go into it because it is risk gone for me, but I feel what he felt, and it, you do feel guilty, and you do, and you can see that in him, and that scene where the younger brother sacrificed him not seeing his dad to give it to the older brother to let him say goodbye. It's powerful and moving. I find not many people talk about this film. I think it's because it came at the wrong time with the pandemic. The start of the pandemic, which this was the last Pixar movie that came on the theaters before Lightyear, technically. So yeah, is amazing. Ratatouille. Oh, this is a hard one. I'm gonna put it there. All time great. Again, it's the message. The message in that film is amazing. Where Ellen can basically Ellen can do what he wants. Basically, including like basically the whole motto is Ellen can cook in a way. A lot. That whole and not the whole joke, but basically the message is Ellen can do certain things if you put your heart into it, and I think it is a very good lesson too. And also sometimes even if you can do it, it might not come the way that you want to do it. Without how that the way it ended, that message is still on there. And I think is a well told story too, and nice one too. Ooh, the good dinosaur. This is the thing. Why I said before, Cars 2 may be a failure on filmmaking wise, but it's not a failure on making money. It still made money, Cars 2. With Good Dinosaur, it's Pixar first, and I think only big flop it done. And I feel bad for it because I gotta give Good Dinosaur credit. It's a better story than Cars 2. So, I gotta put Good Dinosaur. It's just ahead of Cars 3 and could be better because it ain't a bad movie at the same time. I can understand why people were put off by seeing this film because it is a basic film on story wise, but like I said, it's still miles better than Cars 2. Now, the Toy Stories. Ooh, this could be hard. This is going to be very hard because I got loads of feeling with Toy Story, and also Toy Story is my childhood too. We can start with Toy Story 1. It might be a bit controversial. Want to get quick hold of this over. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. It would be like 10 years ago. Yeah, that's what been that's what been up there as all time great. But compared to the other Toy Story movies, yeah, it's a better story. There's better. You know, I'm not going to say one is the best story, but obviously I think most people know there's better stories, and so at the same time animation gone better. But at the same time, you can't pick it on the animation too because it Pixar's first feature-length film, and also technically it's the first CGI or CGI 3D animated film. So you can't moan too much on that because technically it was for Toy Story. We wouldn't have all these great films. So I'm gonna put in the middle because I think it's important to be high because of what the impact it did on animation. Toy Story 2, I don't care what people says on this one. It's amazing. Again, it's not on all-time greats, but it's amazing because of it done what a handful of film again still now a handful of film can't do. Beat the first film on everything, right, on story, on the message, on the animation, the score, and I think this movie done it all. Okay, Toy Story 3. Um, yeah, all time great. Third. We want to say Toy Story 3 is up there because of everything. The story is there. It's darker too, and at the same time, the message too about letting go, and it's done it so fucking well. Yeah, there's some flaws, but at the same time, even with the flaws, you can't moan this film. This movie is a masterpiece. And again, it done what I think it not maybe you can do. Each movie gone better and better. Unfortunately, the next one, which I might have mentioned in my last video, Toy Story 4, is okay. It's not bad, but at the same time, it's not amazing because, yeah, out of all of them, it's the best looking one. But the thing is, looks not everything. The story had potential, but this problem is it don't push it until the last 10 minutes of the film. Basically, the last 10 minutes is what the whole movie's worth for, and the all big fault before I go into like the last 10 minutes of the film is most of the characters it's up forced in there. It don't need them because you know, um, you know, Miss, your Piggy, Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head. Then you got Slinky again, and the problem is multi actors died or actresses have died. But even the main three, like Buzz and Wendy, and so the main two, sorry, and the main three, they are side characters. Yeah, I get it. This is Woody's story, but at the same time, it, you got Wendy and Buzz there kind of doing the adventure, and it's up like side characters in the whole fucking movie. And yeah, what makes this film not could be better is the last 10 minutes with the villain, called the villain named the Doll. Here storyline, especially with the end, that scene was so powerful. And again, Woody, Bertie let him go, saying that he knows that what name the girl they want him though. They don't care about him, and he wants to move on. And he loves Bo Peep. He wants to go on adventures, and he said goodbye to his friend again. Let her go. And I think the films are, especially the Toy Story film, is about letting go and moving on. But I think this is the weakest one, sadly. Now up. Oh, people might hate me for this. It's amazing, but I think Onward's better. Listen, I get it. The first 10 minutes, that one. If the first 10 minutes was a whole film, it'd be on all-time greats. Because like I said, the first 10 minutes is a masterpiece, and I think that's why many people still say it's their favorite film. Because the first 10 minutes is so it got everything, emotion. You laugh, it made all emotions that first 10 minutes. You're going through, the old man and his wife, the Carl and his wife, you know, life basically, and obviously, the tragic end of his wife dying. He's gone depressed basically. But the problem is the rest of the film is wacky. And again, it's not a bad story, but there's some confusing bits in it, like the villain, like he watched him as a kid on on the theater, and then he met him at the old man. And but the thing is, the villain is the old man too. Is like, wait a minute, how he's alive? Know what I mean? It's weird, but it's still a fun film. But at the same time, it's not up there as an all-time best for me personally. Why? It's hard. I say amazing. Now, the reason I said amazing is like a bit like up. If you go back to the first half, but the big difference is we're up with the first 10 minutes. Why is the first half of the film is a masterpiece? The second half becomes what the fuck? Know what I mean? These fat people and who's become too lazy with technology on the spaceship. Again, bananas. And I get the messes, but at the same time, when people praise this film, say it's yeah, I agree, it is a masterpiece. Especially when the first half of the film, it's gorgeous, and even today's standards, it's gorgeous too. But once the humour comes into it, it becomes like up. But it done a better to me personally. It done a better job than up. Oh, so this is hard. So was fantastic. Yeah, and definitely it's all time great, and it's hard to pick out all of them. And I think so is the best one out of all of them, and the message too about you may not get everything you want in life, but enjoy life still. I think it's a powerful film. I can't find too much fault with it. Yeah, did the people complain about the body swap storyline, but even in that twist, it done a fantastic job on that. So to me personally, I think so is up there as an all-time great. Luca, ooh, Luca. This is hard. It's getting hard. Just it. It's amazing. It's all-time great. But yeah, I think it's hard because I love Luca. I think it is up there as one of the best on the art style. Because that's the thing. I love the art style is different, and this is what Pixar done the last couple of years, especially the last two or three. They changed the art style a bit, and so far now it all worked. And I think, and the story too, and also, again, I like the story. I think it's still very good film. Tin and Wed. Oh, Tin and Wed. It's become very controversial with this. Uh, I don't know. Is it better than Up? Ah, no, no. It's up there. It's amazing, but I want to say it's all time great because yeah, I love Annabelle. I love the messes and the animated style. Again, it's different. Or Pixar movies, I love it too. But I can't say it's better than Up. I can't say it's better than Onward. I think Onward had a better message. And again, I'm not being sexist. Because I get it, girls can go through hard times, especially with the mood swings and periods and better growing up. But at the same time, I love the storyline with the brothers, going, trying to see the, basically, better younger brother, never see his dad. I think with Tin and Wet, it's about a girl want to go to a concert, you know what I mean? Again, not a bad story, you know what I mean? But compared to the Onward one, I think Onward had a better story. And the last one, the last Pixar movie that came out and just came out, this year, like yeah. Ooh, I'm gonna say it could be better. Yeah, I get 8 out of 10. But after watching it again later on DC Plus, I think the reason why I give it a high score because it is what it it's become on the same level as Toy Story 4. I said before, Toy Story 4 is the best looking one. So sorry, not Toy Story 4. Soul, sorry, I meant Soul. Soul is the best looking one it's done. And I think Lightyear come close with the backgrounds, all that stuff, and I was impressed. And even though the story, that's the biggest weakness I had, is the story. Again, I don't mind the gay characters. I'm not bothered. I think whatever. But with what we got told, with what he cut, about this to me, what Andy saw, all that stuff, I was expecting a bit more. being more like Star Wars, whatever. No, again, like New Hope, whatever. No, I mean, and it didn't on the story it did done it, but on animation wise, yeah, it done an amazing job. So, this is my final tier list. So, I had to think about it. Yeah, Inside Out was my number one film. I never thought that. And then then Coco, Toy Story 3, Soul, and Ratatouille. That's my top five. And I think I'm happy with that. I think I'm happy with that. If all the movies, end up, somehow vanish, like final snap, you know what I mean? Or we have, five films. Those top five, yeah, I'd be happy with on, on the Pixar side, you know what I mean? Because it is a good balance too. You got Inside Out, again about emotions, keeping your emotions in. This one's about, family's more important. That one's about moving, forward. And that one's about enjoying life. You know what I mean? You don't get what you want in life. And Ratatouille is about pushing yourself sometimes, even though basically people can't tell you can't do it. And I think you can do it if you believe in it too. So it's a good bit of balance of films there. And the fail one, yeah, I knew even before this list, I knew Cars 2 gonna be on the bottom. And just for quite for fives, it's not that again. It's not that many does films. Why is said Cars 2, yeah, it's a failure on story wise. But even good dance, you know, it's not that bad. And same Cars 3, it's not that bad either. And this is my why is that this is my tier list. So my question today is, what do you think this tier list? And do you agree with it? Or is there some film that I should swap over? I'd like to hear on your opinions. What Ellen's got different tastes and opinions on films. So I like to hear. So you're gonna see more videos like this, like with tier lists. You know, please subscribe to my channel. And just been a Brick Who Cares. See you on the next one.